Dear students, in last lecture we discussed about general concept of adjusting entries, why adjusting entries are passed. Further, we also discussed in detail with the examples of transactions, first adjusting entry to apportion the recorded costs. Today we are discussing in detail the remaining three types of adjusting entries, which are entries to apportion unearned revenue, entries to record the unrecorded expenses or accrued expenses, entries to record the unrecorded revenue or accrued revenue. So let's discuss in detail second adjusting entry, entries to apportion unearned revenue. As it is clear from the name, unearned revenue is the revenue which is yet not earned. Why we are saying that it's unearned revenue? Because cash is collected in advance from the customers, but service is not provided or goods are not sold. So that's why we say that it's unearned revenue. Until service is provided to customer, that unearned revenue is considered as liability. And when we provide service to customer, that unearned revenue is considered as revenue earned. There are a lot of examples of unearned revenue. Suppose you are booking your tickets through any travel agency, just like railway or through any air service. So the company which collects amounts from you for booking of the tickets is considered as unearned revenue for them, because they are collecting amount in advance and they will provide you service in future. So such type of revenue is recorded as short term or current liability in books of that company. So let's discuss that apportioning unearned revenue adjusting entry in detail with one example. Assume that on November 1, Roberts Real Estate Company agreed to act as manager of some rental properties for monthly fees of 300. The owner of the properties, Frank Day, was leaving the country for 6 months and therefore paid the company for 6 months service in advance. Now, Roberts Real Estate Company is a company which deals in property. So that company has collected 6 month fees in advance. Total fees which they have collected for 6 months is 1,800, because per month fees is 300. Now they collect that fees in advance on November 1. Now on November 1, Roberts Real Estate Company will pass entry as cash debit 1,800, because they have collected cash. So they have received cash, increase in cash is recorded by debit. Now they have not provided service on November 1. They have just collected cash in advance. So they will record that amount collected in advance as liability, and increase in liability is recorded by credit. So they will credit account unearned management fees 1,800. Explanation will be collected in advance 6 month fees for management of properties owned by Frank Day. Previous entry was just a regular journal entry that we passed on November 1. Now suppose 1 month is passed. It's now November 30. It means now Roberts Real Estate Company has managed properties of Frank Day for 1 month. Now it means on November 30 they have earned revenue of 1 month. Now by the end of the November, on November 30, they will record adjusting entry for the revenue earned for 1 month. So of course 1 month revenue will be 300, as total revenue for 6 months will be 1,800. Now they will pass entry on November 30, as they have now earned revenue, they have provided service for the 1 month. It means unearned revenue is decreased. So decrease in liability is recorded by debit. So we will record unearned management fees debit side 300. And now revenue of 1 month is earned, so increase in revenue is recorded by credit, so we will credit management fees earned 300. Explanation will be fees earned by management of Frank Desk properties during November. In this way, at the end of every month, we will record adjusting entries for the revenue earned. Say suppose on next month, again on December 31st, adjusting entry will be passed by debiting unearned management fees 300 and by crediting management fees earned 300. It will be passed continuously for 6 months. So that's all about apportioning unearned revenue adjusting entry. The third adjusting entry is recording unrecorded costs or unrecorded expenses or accrued expenses. Unrecorded expenses or accrued expenses are expenses which are incurred but payment is not paid. Such expenses are called unrecorded expenses or accrued expenses. Suppose we are taking example of salaries. Every organization usually makes payment of salary on first of the month. But suppose if they are closing their books of accounts on last date of the month on, say suppose current month is month of June, on 13th June, so expense of salary is incurred for whole month of the June. So now they have to show that expense into books of accounts following the matching principle of accounting. We discussed in journal concept of adjusting entries that once expenses are incurred in any month, they are to be recorded in that same month to determine true profitability position of the business. That's okay if they have not paid for these expenses. They can record that salary as a salary payable to their employees on last date of the month. Some other examples can be just like interest expense. So let's further discuss that recording unrecorded expenses or accrued expenses adjusting entry with that example for accrual of interest. Assume that Robert's real estate company borrowed 3,000 loan on November 1 from a bank for 3 months at the rate of 12% per year and signed a promissory note payable. Now this is just routine journal entry. They have borrowed loan on November 1 3,000 rupees. So they have borrowed loan, it means they have collected cash. So cash is in asset, increase in assets is recorded by debit. So they will debit cash 3,000 rupees. And of course, they are supposed to make payment of that loan borrowed and they have signed note. So notes payable is a liability. Increase in liability is recorded by credit. So they will credit notes payable 3,000. Explanation will be borrowed loan from a bank at the rate of 12% per year and signed a promissory note. Now here comes end of the November. By the end of the November, now interest is accrued on the loan which is borrowed from the bank. That's okay, they have not made payment of the interest to bank, but expense is incurred. They have to show that interest expense into books of accounts. Now to show that interest expense for the month of the November, Robert's real estate company is supposed to pass adjusting entry at the end of the month. So interest expense, you see that interest expense for 1 month will be 30 as they have borrowed loan at the rate of 12% per year. So 12% per year, total interest for 12 months will be 360. Now for 1 month interest will be 30. So they will record interest expense on debit side 30. They have not made payment of the interest, so they will show that liability as interest payable on credit side 30. The explanation will be to record the interest expense for November for a 3 months bank loan borrowed at the rate of 12% per year. In this way, interest expense will be recorded at the end of every month. Say suppose now again it comes December 31st. So again on December 31st they will debit interest expense 30 and interest payable 30. As loan is borrowed for 3 months, so they have to continuously record that expense 30 rupees. Again in January they will also record interest expense debit interest payable credit 30. So that's all about example of interest expense. Now let's discuss another example of accruals of salary. Assume that a salesperson was hired for 5 days evening for 225. The salary of 5 days payable after completion of 5 days. After 4 days the month of November is ended and accounts are closed. So now employee has worked for 4 days in Roberts Real Estate Company. It means Roberts Real Estate Company has to record that expense of salary of 4 days into their books of accounts on November 30. So they will show that salary expense of 4 days as salary expense debit 180, and they have not made payment of the salary, therefore that will be considered as a liability, and increase in liability is recorded by credit. They will credit salary payable 180. Why 180? Because total salary for 5 days is 225. So 1 day salary will be 45 and then 4 days salary will be 180. Explanation will be to record the salary expense accrued for last 4 evenings work in November. So that's all about recording unrecorded expenses or accrued expenses, adjusting entry. So now let's discuss the last and fourth adjusting entry to record the unrecorded revenue or accrued revenue adjusting entry. If you can recall your memory, in second adjusting entry, to apportion the unearned revenue, we discussed that company collects cash in advance but service will be provided later on in future. But here in this adjusting entry, recording the unrecorded revenue or accrued revenue adjusting entry, a company provides service but cash is not paid by the customer. Cash is not collected by the company. Again, if you can recall your memory, in general concept of adjusting entry, we discussed realization principle. In realization principle, we discussed that revenues are recorded when revenues are earned. By meaning revenue earned means company has sold goods or provided services. Now, same is the case here in that adjusting entry. If a company has provided services, they have to record that revenue into books of their accounts at the end of the period. So either they have received cash or not. Let's discuss that with that example. To illustrate, assume that Roberts Real Estate Company did agreement with Angela Clayton, the owner of Dayton property, on 16th of November to manage their properties for 2 months for a fees of 240 per month, payable on 15th of every month. Now they have had agreement of 2 months. So they have signed that agreement on 16th of the November. Now they are supposed to close their accounts on 13th of the November. So 1 month fees is 240. So by end of the month on 13th November, it means they have now earned revenue of half of the month. So they have to record that revenue of half month into their books of accounts following their realization principle. No matter they have not received cash, they will receive amount of that revenue on 15th of the next month of December. So on November 30, they have to record that revenue as they have not collected that revenue, so that will be recorded as receivable from that customer. So they will debit management fees receivable 120 and they will record revenue management fees earned on credit side 120. Explanation will be management fees revenue accrued during November for managing properties owned by Angela Clayton. So that's all about the fourth adjusting entry, recording unrecorded revenue or accrued revenue adjusting entry. Now here is the adjusting entries journal. Here we have given all the adjusting entries that we have discussed so far in this chapter on one page, that is called Roberts Real Estate Company Adjusting Entries Journal for the month of November 30, 2019. If you can recall your memory, the first adjusting entry that we discussed was to apportion the recorded costs. In that we discussed example of insurance expense. We debited insurance expense 50 and credited unexpired insurance 50. Then we second example we discussed was of the office supplies. Office supplies debit 220. Office supplies expense debit 220. Office supplies credit 220. Then third example we discussed was depreciation. In that we recorded entry depreciation expense building debit 150, accumulated depreciation building credit 150. Further, we have also added another entry for depreciation of office equipment. The process will be same. Here entry is depreciation expense office equipment 45, accumulated depreciation office equipment credit 45. Then the second adjusting entry that we discussed was to apportion the unearned revenue. For that we recorded adjusting entry unearned management fees debit 300, management fees earned credit 300. Then the third adjusting entry that we discussed was to record the unrecorded costs or expenses or accrued expenses. In that we discussed example of interest expense debit 30, interest payable credit 30. We also discussed salaries example. We passed adjusting entry salaries expense debit 180, salaries payable credit 180. Then the fourth and final adjusting entry that we discussed was to record the unrecorded revenue or accrued revenue. In that we passed adjusting entry management fees receivable 120, management fees earned 120. So that's all about the adjusting entries. Now this is assignment for you. So if you are able to solve that assignment, I assure you it means you have understood the concept of adjusting entries properly. This is problem 4A1, preparing adjusting entries, page number 202 to 203. This is from the book of Accounting the Basis for Business Decision by Meeks and Meeks. An instruction for solving that problem is that for each of the paragraphs given in above example, draft a separate adjusting entry including explanation if the information indicates that an adjusting entry is needed. One or more of the paragraphs may not require any adjusting entry. It means that in that example, maybe there is one or more adjusting entries which are just to check your ability, either there is need to pass entry or not. So date of submission for that assignment is 4th July. So after completing that assignment, take a picture and send it to me. Feel free to contact me if you have any issue. So that's all about adjusting entries. Thank you.